Tonight, you do not have to carry every fear with you into sleep. Whatever has been weighing on your mind can remain outside this quiet moment. The questions you cannot answer tonight will still be there tomorrow, but you do not need to solve them now. For these next few moments, simply allow yourself to rest. Let your breathing become slow and natural. Feel the place beneath you, supporting the weight of your body. Allow your shoulders to soften, relax your hands. Let the muscles around your eyes grow still. You are not required to stay alert. You are not required to prepare for every possible difficulty. Tonight, we will rest beside Daniel during one of the darkest nights of his life. It was a night surrounded by danger, yet filled with the presence of God. A night that reminds us that peace does not always come when the danger disappears. Sometimes peace comes when we remember that God has entered the darkness with us. Before the morning arrived, Daniel would be lowered into a den of lions. A stone would be placed over the entrance. The king himself would believe that Daniel's life was ending. But Daniel would not spend that night alone, and neither will you. As you listen, you do not need to follow every word. You may allow the story to move gently through the background of your thoughts. If sleep comes before the ending, let it come. There is nowhere else you need to be. Many years had passed since Daniel had first been taken from Jerusalem. He was no longer the young captive who had entered Babylon far from his home. Kingdoms had risen, and fallen powerful rulers had come and gone. Yet through every season, Daniel had continued to trust God. Now a new king ruled the land. His name was Darius. King Darius appointed officials to help govern his kingdom, and among them Daniel quickly became known for his wisdom, honesty, and faithful work. The king saw something different in him. Daniel could be trusted with responsibility, because he did not serve for recognition or personal gain. He worked carefully, he spoke truthfully, and even in a foreign land, his life remained quietly devoted to God. Darius respected Daniel so deeply that he planned to place him over the whole kingdom. But when the other officials learned of the king's plan, jealousy began to grow within them. They watched Daniel closely, searching for some failure they could use against him. They examined his decisions. They questioned his work. They waited for him to become careless. But they found nothing. Daniel was not perfect because of his own strength. He was simply faithful in the life God had given him. Day after day, he chose honesty when dishonesty might have been easier. He chose patience when others acted from pride. He continued doing what was right, even when no one praised him for it. The officials eventually understood that they would never find a reason to accuse Daniel through his work. So they decided to use his faith against him. They went together to King Darius with a proposal designed to appeal to his pride. For 30 days, they said, no one in the kingdom should pray to any god or human being except the king. Anyone who disobeyed would be thrown into the lion's den. The request sounded like an honor, but it was a trap. The officials knew Daniel's habits. They knew that every day he opened the windows of his room toward Jerusalem. They knew he knelt in prayer 3 times a day. They knew his relationship with God was not something he displayed for attention. was the quiet foundation of his entire life. They also knew Daniel would not abandon God simply because a law demanded it. King Darius did not recognize their true intention. He agreed to the decree and sealed it according to the law of the Medes and Persians. Once the order had been signed, not even the king could easily change it. The trap was now complete.
Soon word of the decree reached Daniel.
He understood exactly what it meant.
He knew the officials would be watching his home.
He knew the windows would be observed.
And he knew that if he continued to pray, he could be taken from his room
and thrown among hungry lions.
Daniel now stood before a choice.
He could close the windows.
He could remain silent for 30 days.
He could convince himself that God would understand. No one was asking him to stop believing.
They were only demanding
that he hide his faith for a little while. But Daniel had walked with God for too many years to treat prayer as something he could abandon when fear appeared. So he returned to his room.
He opened the windows toward Jerusalem,
just as he had done before.
And while his enemies watched from the shadows,
Daniel quietly knelt before God.
Daniel knelt beside the open window. The decree had changed the law of the kingdom, but it had not changed the faithfulness of God. So Daniel prayed as he had prayed every day before. He did not ask for the officials to be punished. He did not speak with anger. He simply gave thanks to God. That may seem unusual. The danger was no longer distant. Men were watching him. The lion's den was real. Yet Daniel began with gratitude. He remembered the years God had already carried him through. He remembered the wisdom God had provided when he had none of his own. He remembered every uncertain season in which the way forward had eventually appeared. Daniel did not know how this day would end, but he knew the one who had remained beside him through every day that came before it. Perhaps you are carrying a question tonight that has no clear answer. Perhaps you have prayed, but the situation has not changed. You may not know what tomorrow will bring. You may not be able to see how God is working. But you can rest in what Daniel understood. God's faithfulness is not measured only by what you can see in this moment. The same God who carried you yesterday is near to you tonight. You do not need to predict tomorrow before you are allowed to sleep. For now, breathe slowly. Let the air enter gently and release it without effort. Daniel continued praying while the officials watched. They had found what they were looking for. They entered his room and saw him kneeling before God. Then they hurried to the king, bringing news of Daniel's disobedience. First, they reminded Darius of his decree. Had the king not signed a law stating that anyone who prayed to another god or person during the next 30 days must be thrown into the lion's den? Darius confirmed that the law had been signed and could not be changed. Only then did the officials speak Daniel's name. They told the king that Daniel had ignored the command and continued praying 3 times every day. In that moment, Darius understood. The decree had never truly been about honoring him. It had been designed to destroy the man he trusted most. The king was deeply troubled. For the rest of the day, He searched for a way to rescue Daniel. He examined the law. He considered every possibility until the sun began to set. He continued trying to find a path that would save his friend. But the officials returned and reminded him that a royal decree could not be withdrawn. Darius was a king with authority over an entire kingdom. Yet he could not undo the words he had spoken in pride. And Daniel, who had done nothing dishonest, would now face the punishment. Sometimes life brings us to a place we did not choose, a conversation we could not prevent, a decision made by someone else, a door that closes even after we have prayed for it to remain open. In those moments, fear tells us that because we have lost control, all hope has been lost as well. But Daniel's story gently reminds us that human control and God's presence are not the same thing. Darius could no longer control what would happen. Daniel could not control the officials. Neither of them could change the law. But nothing written in the king's palace could remove God from the place Daniel was about to enter. As evening settled over the city, the king gave the order. Daniel was brought from his home and led toward the lion's den. Perhaps the streets had grown quiet. Perhaps the final light of day rested against the walls. As he walked, those who had accused him followed, certain that their plan had succeeded. Darius looked at Daniel and spoke the only words of hope he had left. He told him that the God whom he served continually would rescue him. The king could offer no army. He could change no law. But somewhere within him, he had seen enough of Daniel's life to believe that Daniel's God was still able to act. Daniel was lowered into the den. The ground beneath him was cold and unfamiliar. Somewhere in the darkness, the lions were waiting. Then a heavy stone was brought and placed over the entrance. Darius sealed it with his own ring and with the rings of his officials so that no one could secretly change what had been done. The sound of the outside world disappeared. There was no window facing Jerusalem now. There was no lamp beside Daniel. There were only stone walls, deep darkness, and the quiet movement of lions nearby. To everyone standing outside, Daniel had been left alone. But the entrance they sealed behind him was not an entrance God needed to use. God was already there. Before Daniel's feet touched the floor of the den, God was there. Before the stone covered the opening, God was there. And as the darkness gathered around him, Daniel was held within a presence greater than everything he could see. The den was closed. The night had begun. But Daniel was not alone.
Inside the den, the night settled around Daniel. The stone remained sealed above him. No human hand could reach him now. No friend could enter. No king could change what had been done. But Daniel's safety had never depended entirely upon human hands. He later explained that God had sent an angel and closed the mouths of the lions. Scripture does not describe the exact moment the angel entered the den. It does not tell us what Daniel saw or whether he heard anything at all. Perhaps the presence of God arrived without noise. Perhaps there was no flash of light. Perhaps Daniel simply realized that the lions would not harm him. The creatures that should have brought death were suddenly held back by a power greater than their hunger. The danger had not been removed from the room. The lions were still there. The stone still covered the entrance. Yet Daniel was protected in the middle of it all. This is the kind of peace God sometimes gives. Not always a peace that immediately changes everything around us, but a peace that keeps fear from ruling everything within us. You may still have unanswered questions tonight. The situation you carried into this room may still exist, but it does not need to enter every thought. It does not need to follow you into every breath. It does not need to keep watch while your body longs to rest. God is able to remain near, even when the stone has not yet been moved. He is present before the morning answer arrives. He is present while the room is quiet and the path ahead cannot be seen. So allow your breathing to slow once more. You do not need to force yourself to feel peaceful. Simply notice that you are here. You are breathing. You are supported. And this moment is being held by God. There may be fears that circle your mind like lions in the darkness. Fear of what may happen. Fear of what someone may decide. Fear that you are not prepared. Fear that something important is slipping beyond your control. But fear does not possess the authority to decide how this night will end. You can place each concern into God's hands. You do not have to defeat every thought before you sleep. You only need to release it each time it returns.
Lord, this fear has returned.
I place it in your hands again.
This question has returned.
I give it back to you.
Tomorrow has entered my mind.
But tomorrow can wait.
You are with me here.
Outside the den, King Darius returned to his palace. Everything around him should have offered comfort. He had guards to protect him, servants nearby, and a bed prepared for the night. Yet the king could not rest. He refused food. He wanted no entertainment. And when he lay down, sleep would not come. His thoughts remained with Daniel. Perhaps he remembered the moment he signed the decree. Perhaps he repeated every possible way the trap might have been prevented. Regret kept his mind moving through the past. Fear carried it forward into the morning. Darius was surrounded by comfort, but he had no peace. Daniel was surrounded by lions, yet he was surrounded by God. The difference was not the room in which each man spent the night. The difference was where each man had placed his trust. A comfortable room cannot always quiet a frightened mind. But the presence of God can bring peace even in a place we never wanted to enter. Tonight, you do not need a perfect life before you are allowed to rest.
You do not need.
Every relationship prepared.
You do not need.
Every decision completed.
You do not need.
Every decision completed.
You do not need proof.
That tomorrow will unfold exactly as you hope. Your peace can begin here, before anything changes. Let the bed beneath you become a reminder that you are allowed to stop carrying the day. Let the darkness of the room remind you that God is still working in places you cannot see. And let Daniel's quiet night remind you that what surrounds you is not greater than the one who surrounds you. Hours passed. The city grew still. Daniel remained alive within the den. The lions did not touch him. And somewhere beyond the sealed stone, the first light of morning began to appear. At the earliest moment of dawn, Darius rose from his bed. He could wait no longer. He left the palace and hurried toward the lion's den. The streets were still quiet as he approached the place where Daniel had been left. When the king reached the entrance, he called into the darkness with a voice filled with grief and hope. He asked whether Daniel's God, the living God whom he served so faithfully, had been able to save him from the lions. For one quiet moment, Darius waited beside the sealed stone. Then, from inside the den, a voice answered.
From inside the den, Daniel answered the king. His voice reached Darius through the darkness, and the king immediately understood that Daniel was still alive. Daniel explained that God had sent an angel to close the mouths of the lions. They had not harmed him, because God knew that he was innocent. The night that had been intended to destroy Daniel had passed without leaving a wound upon him. Darius was filled with relief and ordered his servants to remove the stone. Daniel was carefully lifted from the den and brought back into the morning light. The officials examined him, but they could find no injury anywhere on his body. Scripture gives a simple reason for his deliverance. Daniel had trusted God. This did not mean that Daniel had known what would happen. God had not shown him the entire night in advance. Daniel had continued praying without knowing whether he would be rescued from the den or carried faithfully through some other ending. His trust was not based on certainty about the outcome. It came from the relationship he had built with God over many years. Perhaps this is the kind of trust you need tonight. You may not receive every answer before you fall asleep. You may not understand how the situation will be resolved. Yet you can place the hours ahead into the hands of the God who already sees them. King Darius then brought an end to the plan that had been formed against Daniel. Those who had deliberately used the law to destroy an innocent man were judged under that same law. Their authority could no longer be used to threaten Daniel or anyone else. Afterward, Darius sent a message throughout his kingdom. He described Daniel's God as the living God whose kingdom would never end. He declared that God rescues, saves, and performs wonders in heaven and on earth. The king, who had spent the night wondering whether God was able to save Daniel, now knew that Daniel had been delivered from the lions. Yet God's work had begun long before Darius returned to the den. While the king remained awake in the palace, God was already present beside Daniel. While Darius waited anxiously for the first light of morning, the lions had already been restrained. The stone remained sealed, but the answer was already forming on the other side. There may be something in your own life that feels closed tonight. It may be a situation you cannot influence, a person you cannot reach, or an outcome that remains outside your control. When you cannot see what is happening, it is easy to believe that nothing is happening. Silence can feel like absence. Waiting can feel like abandonment.
But the silence outside Daniel's den did not mean that God had left him. God did not need the stone to be removed before he could enter. He did not need the king's permission to protect Daniel. He was present in the hidden place, working beyond everything Darius could see. The same is true tonight. God can be present within circumstances you cannot enter. He can remain close to the people you are worried about. He can work through problems that are too complicated for you to solve before morning. You are not responsible for keeping everything safe through the power of your thoughts. Remaining awake will not give you control over tomorrow. Repeating the same conversation in your mind will not change what has already happened. For now, allow your attention to return to your breathing. Notice the quiet movement of the air and the support beneath your body. Nothing more is required from you in this moment. Think gently of the concern that has returned most often tonight. You do not need to study it or search for another solution. Simply recognize that God already sees it completely. You may speak to him quietly within your heart. Tell him that you are tired and that you no longer want to carry this burden alone. Ask him to remain near while you rest and to guide you when the morning comes. There is no need to find perfect words. God understands the prayer before it is spoken. Morning light had already entered the sky before Daniel was lifted from the den. Even while he remained in darkness, the night was coming to an end. The same movement continues outside your room now. Time is carrying you forward, and you do not need to hurry it. Morning will arrive without your effort. Daniel's story can now settle quietly into the background. Fear was present, but it did not decide the ending. The entrance was sealed, but God was already inside. The night felt uncertain, but Daniel had not been forgotten. The God who remained with Daniel through those hidden hours is near to you now. You may release the story, release the day, and allow yourself to rest.
The story of Daniel has reached its peaceful morning, but you do not need to leave its message behind. For a little while longer, allow the quiet truth of that night to remain with you. Daniel could not remove the stone, change the law, or control the lions. There came a moment when every solution was beyond his reach. Yet being unable to control the night did not mean he had been abandoned within it. Perhaps you have reached a similar place with something in your own life. You have considered every possibility, repeated every conversation, and searched for a way to make the outcome certain. Your mind may believe that if it continues working, it will eventually discover the answer that allows you to rest. But some answers do not arrive through more thinking. Sometimes the mind becomes tired because it is trying to carry a responsibility that was never meant to belong to it. This night does not require you to know everything. You can acknowledge that some things remain unfinished. You can admit that you do not know what another person will decide or what tomorrow will bring. These are not failures of faith. They are honest reminders that you are human and that God is not limited by what you cannot understand. As you lie here,
Notice whether your body is still holding the effort of the day. Your shoulders may be raised slightly, as though they are still carrying something. Allow them to settle into the surface beneath you. Let the muscles around your neck soften without forcing them. Notice your jaw and allow it to become loose. Let your tongue rest naturally. The small muscles around your eyes no longer need to remain alert. Bring your attention to your hands. Perhaps they have been resting quietly, or perhaps your fingers are still holding a little tension. Allow that tension to leave your hands. Do not need to grasp anything tonight. Daniel's hands could not move the stone above him, but God did not ask him to move it. The work that belonged to God remained with God. The same distinction can bring peace to you now. There are actions that may belong to tomorrow. You may need to make a call, answer a message, complete some work, or have a difficult conversation. When morning comes, you can meet those responsibilities with a clearer mind. But tonight, your responsibility is smaller. It is simply to rest. You are allowed to give your body the sleep it needs. Rest is not avoidance, and it is not a sign that you do not care. It is an act of trust that the world can continue for a few hours without your constant attention. If a thought returns, you do not need to argue with it. Notice that it has appeared, and then allow it to pass without following it into another question. You might quietly say within yourself that this matter belongs to tomorrow. Then bring your attention back to the steady rhythm of your breathing. The breath enters, the breath leaves. Your body already knows how to continue without being instructed. In the same way, God continues working without needing you to remain awake and supervise every detail. Think of the stone that covered Daniel's den. From the outside, it appeared final. It separated the king from Daniel and prevented anyone from seeing what was happening below. Yet the stone had no power over the presence of God. Whatever feels close to you tonight is still open before him. He sees beyond the obstacle, understands every hidden detail, and knows the path that you cannot yet find. You do not need to create that path before you sleep. Let the weight of your body become a little heavier. Feel the bed supporting your back, your legs, and your head. You are not holding yourself above the ground. You are being held. Allow this physical support to remind you of a deeper support that cannot always be seen. God has carried you through days you once feared you could not face. He has remained near through changes you did not expect. Even when you could not recognize his work at the time, you were not beyond his care. Tonight is another night that can be placed within that care. You may release the need to understand how everything will unfold. You may release the imagined conversations and the unfinished plans. You may allow tomorrow to remain where it belongs. The room around you is quiet. Your breathing is becoming easier, and the day is beginning to loosen its hold upon your mind. Nothing important is being lost by resting. What truly needs your attention can wait until morning. What lies beyond your control can remain in God's hands. For now, stay here in this gentle stillness. Let the story, the room, and even these words begin to move farther into the background. You have done enough for today. The stone
does not belong to you. The night does not depend upon you. God is near, and you are safe to rest.
Sometimes the fear that keeps us awake is not about our own life. It may be connected to someone we love, a child, a spouse, a parent, a friend, or another person whose difficulties have become part of our thoughts. When someone matters deeply to us, the mind often tries to protect that person by thinking about every possible danger. It searches for warning signs, imagines conversations, and creates plans for problems that may never arrive. This comes from love, but love was never meant to become an endless night of fear. King Darius cared about Daniel, yet when Daniel was taken into the den, the king could no longer reach him. He returned to the palace knowing that there was nothing more he could do. Darius remained awake because he believed Daniel's safety depended upon an action he had not yet discovered. Meanwhile, God was already present in the place the king could not enter. The distance between Darius and Daniel did not create distance between Daniel and God. Remember this as you think about the people you love tonight. You cannot remain beside them at every moment. You cannot make every decision for them or remove every difficulty from their path. There will be places in their lives that you cannot enter and questions that you cannot answer for them. But there is nowhere they can go that lies beyond the attention of God. He understands their needs more completely than you do. He sees the circumstances surrounding them, knows the thoughts they have not shared, and remains present during the moments when you cannot be near. Choose one person who has been on your mind today. There is no need to imagine everything that might happen to them. Simply hold their name gently in your thoughts and remember that God already knows why you are concerned. You may entrust this person to Him without pretending that your concern is unimportant. Releasing someone into God's care does not mean that you love them less. It means accepting that your love has limits, while His presence does not. You can speak to God quietly within your heart. Tell Him that this person is precious to you. Ask Him to provide wisdom, comfort, protection, and strength according to what they truly need. Then allow their name to rest in His care. If another person comes to mind, you can do the same. There is no need to work through a long list or remain awake until everyone has been remembered. God does not forget the people you fail to mention. He knows every name before you speak it. As you release these concerns, notice the lower half of your body. Let the muscles in your legs become heavy. Allow your knees, ankles, and feet to rest without effort. You do not need to hold yourself ready to rise. The people you love do not become less protected because you have fallen asleep. Throughout Daniel's night, Darius remained awake, but his wakefulness did not close the lions' mouths. God's protection did not depend upon the king's anxiety. Your anxiety does not provide God with information He does not already possess. It does not increase His attention or persuade Him to care more deeply.
You may sleep because he remains aware. Perhaps there is someone you wish you could help, but do not know how. You may have already offered advice, encouragement, time, or prayer. If nothing more can be done tonight, you are allowed to stop searching for another answer. Tomorrow may bring a helpful conversation or a clear next step. Tonight can simply be a time of trust. The room remains quiet around you. The bed continues to hold your body, and the night continues without requiring anything from you. Let the faces and names that have passed through your thoughts slowly move into the background. They do not disappear from God's sight when they disappear from your attention. He remains with them.
He remains with you.
And for these hours of darkness, you may allow his care to be enough.
Nothing needs to be forced.
Continue breathing naturally and let sleep approach at its own pace.
The people you love are known by God.
Their lives are not held together by your worry.
You have placed them into hands stronger
And wiser than your own.
Now you may rest.
Now you may rest. Now you may rest.
When Darius spoke to the kingdom after Daniel's rescue, he called Daniel's God the living God. This was not a distant power who had watched the night without becoming involved. God had entered Daniel's danger, restrained the lions, and remained with him until morning. The king also declared that God rescues and saves. He had seen that no sealed entrance, royal law, or human plan could prevent God from being present with the person who trusted him. That same living God is near tonight. He is not waiting for you to speak perfectly. He is not measuring the strength of your faith or asking you to hide the parts of yourself that feel tired and uncertain. You can come to him exactly as you are now. Perhaps today included moments you wish had been different. You may have spoken too quickly, missed an opportunity, or carried frustration into a relationship. There may be work you did not finish, or a promise to yourself that you did not keep. The mind often brings these moments back when everything becomes quiet. It presents them again, as though another hour of thought could change what has already occurred. But the day can be released without being denied. If something needs to be corrected, God can give you the humility and wisdom to address it tomorrow. If forgiveness is needed, you can ask for it now and trust that grace is larger than the failure you remember. Speak honestly to God in the quiet of your heart. Tell him what made you tired, what disappointed you, and what you are still carrying. There is no need to make the prayer sound beautiful. You can simply admit that you have reached the end of your strength for today. Ask God to forgive what was wrong, heal what was wounded, and guide what remains unfinished. Then allow the day to close. You are not required to continue punishing yourself after you have placed your failure before him. God's mercy does not need to be earned through a restless night.
Notice how little effort is needed to remain here. The bed supports you without instruction. Your breathing continues, and your heartbeat keeps its own quiet rhythm. Allow the muscles across your forehead to soften. Let your eyelids become heavy. If they are already closed, there is no need to open them again. The words you are hearing can begin to feel less important now. You do not need to remember the next sentence or follow every thought to its conclusion. The story of Daniel has already given you its message. God can be trusted in the place you fear. He can remain present when you cannot see Him working. He can carry the people you love through moments you cannot control. He can bring morning after a long and uncertain night. Let these truths settle without repeating them or trying to create a particular feeling. Peace sometimes arrives so quietly that it is only noticed after the mind has stopped searching for it. If another thought enters, allow it to pass through without resistance. It may be a memory from today or a question about tomorrow. You do not need to push it away, but you do not need to follow it either. Return gently to the awareness that God is here. The darkness around you is not empty. It is a place where your body can recover and your mind can become still. While you sleep, God remains unchanged. His wisdom does not become weaker. His attention does not wander, and His presence does not leave the room. You may entrust the remaining hours to Him. Ask Him to watch over your home and bring peace to everyone who rests within it. Ask Him to calm what is unsettled in your heart and prepare you for the day ahead. Then let the prayer become quiet. There is no need to keep speaking. God understands the silence that follows your final words. The night is carrying you toward rest now. Your breathing may become slower, and the sounds around you may begin to feel more distant. Allow that distance to grow. You have listened long enough. You have carried enough. The living God is near, and He will remain near while you sleep.
By now, Daniel's story may already feel more distant. You do not need to hold every detail in your memory. The decree, the den, the sealed stone, and the morning rescue can remain quietly in the background. Only the central truth needs to stay near. Daniel was never alone. When no one could reach him, God was present. When the entrance was sealed, God continued working. When the night seemed uncertain, Daniel remained within His care. You are resting within that same care now. Allow yourself to notice the stillness of the room. Listen without searching for any particular sound. Everything around you can remain exactly as it is. There is nothing you need to adjust. Notice the weight of your head against the pillow. Let your neck rest naturally, without trying to find a more perfect position. Allow your shoulders to become heavy. Let that heaviness move slowly down through your arms and into your hands. Your chest rises as the breath enters and settles as the breath leaves. There is no need to make the rhythm deeper or slower. Your body will find the pace it needs. Let your stomach soften. Release any effort you may still be holding there. Feel the weight of your hips and legs resting safely beneath the covers. Allow your feet to become completely still. Your entire body has permission to stop working for the day. Perhaps sleep is already close. Perhaps your thoughts are still moving quietly. Either experience is all right. You do not need to measure how relaxed you feel. Sleep cannot be forced, and peace does not need to be tested. Simply remain here while the night continues around you. If another concern appears, remember that you have already placed it before God. There is no need to begin the conversation again. God did not forget your prayer when your attention moved away from it. He continues to understand the need, the person, and the situation you entrusted to Him. You can leave the matter where you placed it. Ask God to remain near your home through the night. Ask Him to bring calm to every room and comfort to every person who needs it. Entrust the hours ahead to His wisdom. He knows what your body needs, what tomorrow will contain, and what strength will be required when morning arrives. You do not have to prepare that strength tonight. Rest is part of the preparation. As the body sleeps, it begins the quiet work of renewal. The mind releases what it no longer needs to hold, and the tension of the day gradually loosens. Receiving this rest is not selfish. It is not wasted time. It is one of the ways God has allowed the body to recover. Daniel's night did not last forever. The darkness eventually gave way to morning, and the stone that appeared final was removed. Your own night is also moving forward. You do not need to watch the hours pass or calculate how much sleep remains. Time can continue without your attention. Let the words become softer in your awareness. You may listen, or you may allow them to pass without following their meaning. Nothing important will be missed. God remains near whether you hear every sentence or fall asleep before the next one begins. The room is quiet. Your body is supported. The day is finished. Remain here beneath the care of the living God, who sees through every darkness and stays present through every night. You are safe to release your attention now. You are safe to rest. You are safe to rest. There is nothing more you need to understand from Daniel's story tonight. You may leave it resting gently in the background while your awareness becomes quieter. God was with Daniel. Before he entered the den, he remained with him, while the stone covered the entrance. And he was still there when morning light returned. His presence did not depend upon Daniel staying awake or knowing what would happen next. The same is true for you. God does not need you to remain alert in order to carry you through this night. He does not need your thoughts to keep moving or your body to remain prepared. You have reached the end of this day. Whatever was completed can now be released. Whatever remains unfinished can wait for another time. The people you love have been placed into God's care. The concerns you cannot solve have been entrusted to His wisdom. If one of those concerns returns, allow it to pass without opening it again. You have already brought it before Him. Your breathing continues gently. Your body is becoming heavier and quieter. The sounds around you may begin to feel farther away. Even the words you are hearing may lose their shape and become part of the peaceful background. There is no need to concentrate. There is no need to respond. Allow your thoughts to become less organized. Let them drift without trying to decide where they should go. God understands what has been spoken and what remained unspoken. He knows the tiredness you could not explain. He knows the fear that followed you into the night. And He knows the rest your body needs. May His peace settle over your mind without effort. May His presence bring comfort to the places within you that still feel uncertain. May your home remain quiet, your breathing remain easy, and your sleep become deep and restoring. Tomorrow will arrive in its proper time. When it does, God will already be there. You do not need to visit tomorrow in your thoughts tonight. For now, remain in this moment of stillness. The lions are quiet. The stone has no power. The night is held within the hands of God. Daniel's story can fade now. These words can also begin to fade. You are not being asked to remember them. Simply allow yourself to be carried towards sleep. The room is peaceful, and nothing more is required from you. God is near. You are held within His care. Rest now, and let the night become quiet.